Hi, this is Email Etiquette. Wanted to let you know that there are a couple of general principles. First off, email correspondence with employers is a professional communication, so students should err on the side of formality. Well-crafted emails to employers are a chance for you to demonstrate your professionalism and can help you stay competitive. On the other hand, a poorly written email can prevent you from getting an offer. Remember, spelling counts, typos always count. Don't give an employer an easy reason to say no. So let's take a quick and easy look at 5 easy and effective email techniques. Number 1, you should respond to an employer email as promptly as possible, within 24 hours at the latest. Number 2, address the recipient as Mr. or Ms., as in Dear Ms. Smith or Dear Mr. Davis, and use a colon after the recipient's last name, just as you would in a formal written correspondence traveling snail mail. Never use the first and last name or Mrs. Number 3, keep your email short and to the point. Be concise. Number 4, the tone of your email should be friendly and enthusiastic, but businesslike. Consider using the sandwich technique. That is, leading off with a sentence that expresses gratitude or enthusiasm for the employer, depending on the context, and then moving on to the subject of the email, and then closing your email with another friendly sentence. Number 5, if asked to give your availability via email, provide as much information as possible and stick to that schedule. The employers you're corresponding with will rely on the dates that you're providing when creating all of their other schedules as well. Okay, so those are the 5 easiest things you can do. Let me tell you about 8 things you're going to want to avoid. Number 1, the first thing to remember is that email correspondence is not a text message. It's a professional communication to a professional services organization that you want to join. No emojis, no LOLs, no TTYLs, no smiley faces, or any other abbreviations. Number 2, don't ever send an email which the message begins, "To whom it concerns." Most recipients of that kind of email will take the position that if it's not addressed to them specifically, it doesn't concern them. If you're sending a general inquiry email to a firm, spend time to find out who that recruiting contact is. If the firm's website says to send all employment inquiries to a general email box like recruiting@biglaw.com, be sure also to send a copy of that email to a specific recruiting contact and make sure you use that person's name in the salutation of the email. Number 3, if you're using a mail merge program or cutting and pasting email text, be cautious that the person's name is actually the name of that person at that employer. You'd be shocked to know how many emails are sent to an employer with the name of a recruiting contact at some different firm or some other employer. In the same vein, if you're considering multiple geographic locations, proofread to make sure that the employer and the location always match up. Moving on. Number 4, long delays in responding to an employer email are generally taken as a sign of a lack of interest. Failing to respond is worse. Many students don't respond because they don't want to deliver bad news. I've accepted another position, or I've decided that public interest law is really where my heart is. Law firms and other employers understand that not all of their offers, either for an interview or for an actual job, are going to be accepted. Responding with your bad news is, however, actually preferred so that the firm can move on to other candidates that are still in the process. Number 5, poorly written emails and those that contain typographical errors are the quickest route to rejection. Here's your pro tip. Both now and for later in practice, you should never hit the send key after 9 p.m. The potential to make mistakes is higher in the evening and late at night. Make sure that you're always proofreading your email with fresh eyes. Recalling your email is usually not an option. Number 6, and this is both phone and email. Answering a phone call with an email is not considered to be a best practice. You should respond to phone calls with another phone call. Leave a short professional voicemail that leads off with your name, your school information, and your contact information. And make sure you speak slowly enough so that the recipient can understand each and all of the numbers that you're leaving. All that said, you can state in your voicemail that you'll follow up also with an email in case that may be helpful. Number 7, be wary of placing excessive demands on employers. For example, long emails that contain numerous questions or requests can create an impression that the student is overly demanding. Now, while employers welcome questions, keep in mind that they are busy, so try to prioritize your questions. Number 8, be wary of emails that may convey a negative tone. Keep the tone positive, even when delivering your bad news. Remember that the best light generally does not come from a burning bridge, and you may want or need to contact that employer at some time in the future. So to recap, keep things short and to the point. Proofread, be professional, don't hit send after 9 o'clock.